Calmed down a lot since last night, chat. Been doing my yoga. Feeling very positive. I don't think the game's gonna make me rage tonight. Not like it did last night. I'm in control. And medicated. I know I said I wasn't gonna play this tonight, but then I was like, after I cooled off, you're like, you know what, it's better to just finish it. Rather than like forget the controls again and come back to it after playing something else. Plus, I really didn't feel like buying a different game. That was the main part of my, I don't feel like buying something right now. So yeah, maybe we can finish this tonight. I'm hoping. That would be nice. No, I'm not gonna rage. Even if the game starts kicking my butt again, I'm not gonna rage. I don't like being like desk poundy Dartigan. It's not fun. Doing this again, I thought you swore this off for a bit. Well, obviously I had a change of heart. No, we'll make do. I mean, I think we're gonna get another power up soon because we're going to like find more stuff for our lightning glove, right? Maybe that'll turn the tide back in my favor. Could not live with your failure. Oh, and fail. I beat everything I came across last night. No failure to be found. It's just frustrating wins. I like 10% dirty rage, 90% dirty chill. I like all chill. I like, keeping my blood pressure normal. Hola, Dart. Ready for some Vampire Rage Redemption 2? Well, do you not see the title of my stream? You look at it. Read it. Every syllable. No rage tonight. Low blood pressure streaming. Low blood pressure, chat. That's the key term of tonight. Thought we were playing, so yeah, but that would require me to buy something else and play it. I didn't want to. Finally fixed Twitch notifications, although they don't show the game, just X's life. What did you have to do to fix it? Did you like not have the notifications turned on? I'll let you and Kate know when it gets to that time to go to Japan, Mario Land, but I'm really looking forward to go to Japan with you and Kate someday. Like I said, it hasn't been like determined if we will or not. But hey, might be interesting. I have a question for you. I'm going to do a private call with Kate. Would you mind if I do a private call with you and Kate, or no when it gets to that time? I might join the call if Kate isn't aware of it. She can like add me or something. Rage, did you miss last night? I was getting my butt kicked a lot by the enemy encounters, and I at one point started pounding my desk and screaming about how much I hated the fucking game. It is a little over dramatic, to be honest. A little over dramatic. But I got really annoyed last night. Better go to Japan and share your travel stories with. Well, if I did, I would definitely take photos. Aren't people saying the final part is supposed to be harder? Oh, well, I'm gonna assume it will be, but I will remain my chill self regardless of the difficulty imposed upon me. And by that I mean if I really have to, I will turn the difficulty down. I will turn it to namaste mode, Like, time to like the spirits. Spirits are telling me I need to like, harness the energies and use this UI to set the difficulty to like a more manageable level. Because it ain't worth the effort. This ain't Doom we're playing. Chat, I want everyone out there at some point in their life to like in public, in front of other people, just like the spirits are telling me, and see what reaction you get. Like the spirits are the spirits. You don't have to finish the statement, just like trail off if you want. You mean wuss out? No, I mean no. That's called reasoning. But that's only if I really sort of feel like I'm just gonna like bust a blood vessel. Probably still have one more stream of this. How long? Okay, this game is getting into officially too long category. Can we stop, chat? I blame gamers for this. We used to have games of proper length, and then everyone started complaining that their games were too short, and they started making games way longer than they needed to be. You got what you asked for. And now you just get really long games that don't have proper pacing. So we gotta drag this out. I demand games go back to being 8 to 12 hours, alright? I feel like that is a very good length for most video games, unless it's like an open world or RPG. Five chapters left. Well, maybe they're short chapters. Not so much longer games, we just like enough replay value. I mean, you can make the thing is, you can actually add a lot of replay value to a short game. some of the games I've actually gone back and replayed were short. Like, most of the games that are long, I don't like the idea of replaying them because it's a long fucking game. I feel replay value goes up if a game is like in that 8 to 12 hour mark. Or at least that's just my reasoning. Because that's the games I've replayed multiple times. It's always been that kind of level, you know. Resident Evil 2, for instance, great, yeah, because it's one. It only takes around 8 to 12 hours to get through the game. Or at least one particular perspective of the game. And then you got a fully new playthrough with the second character. And then you can play through them again. You excited for Death Stranding 2? I'm interested to see what the gameplay is going to be. I'm wondering if you're still delivering shit. Because I felt like that served its purpose in the plot of the first game when you're like, yo, reuniting a fractured humanity. But is he really going to try to do that again? Like, have you still delivering packages? I mean, technically they should be able to do combat now because of how the BT stuff was technically over at the end of the last game, so they wouldn't be like exploding anymore. Going to other continents? Yeah, we got Unify Europe or something, I don't know. You might be right on that, actually. How long should a game be? A game should be no longer than the gameplay gives it room to, you know, a game's length should be determined by the gameplay, not the other way around. Once a game is out of like ways of using its assets to like, creating moments and scenarios, it should kind of end. That's the way Nintendo actually views a lot of their games. You like make a game as long as you have ideas to like, keep putting in it in good ones. And once you have to start reusing stuff, it's usually a sign that you need to stop. So I've actually very much believe in that. Like, once you like, eventually you reach a moment like, okay, we got nothing else we can put in this game, let's cut it here. Like, I feel like that's when you should wrap it. And I feel like also, never be afraid to cut stuff out, because all you do is increase your pacing of your game when you cut out the bad. I'd rather have a game that's all thriller, no filler. What game has the perfect length in my opinion? Half-Life 1 and 2. Also, I would say Resident Evil 4. Well, maybe not. Okay, yeah, the island section is a little but everything else about it, really great. But I'd say Half-Life 2 probably has the exact perfect length and pacing. Portal 1 and 2 I'd probably put those in the same category. But them being puzzle games, it's a bit different how those work. But those games also have really tight pacing for a puzzle game. Yeah, for the first time in nearly 15 years, I got a new TV, and I have no idea how I live without Ultra HD goodness. Get yourself a smart TV, man. I got one, early last year. And I also got a long time without a TV. Hey, Stanley Kubrick. I mean, I am famous. Some call me the Stanley Kubrick of YouTube. Yes, exactly. Never getting a smart TV? That seems like it might be a hard thing to do because almost all of them are smart TVs anymore. Can you still get like non-smart TVs? I mean, I'm guessing they're like really cheap, so yeah, they would be cheaper, but I guess they're really small. I don't know. I just find that most of them come with some form of smart TV functionality. I mean, I still actually have an old TV I had from when I was a kid. That's actually a RayTube TV. It's sitting in my closet. It's not been used in years, but I keep it there just because, well, why not? It might become a collector's item one day, because they don't really make those anymore. It's even a flat screen, CRT. CRT, cathode, radio, those big chunky fucking TVs that you like weigh a ton. Not the flat screens we're used to. Yeah, it's also a flat screen when it doesn't have a curved screen. It's like one of the last like CRTs that I got it like when like CRTs were like going out of like not being sold anymore. Like, you know what, I'll get that. So, and I got it to play Jade Empire on too. Like, ooh, I got Jade Empire. Let me get this too. So, here's that. I haven't used it in a very long time. Ever since I moved out on my own, I got LCDs. Like, yeah. What do you think of Reset Era? The website? I don't think I've ever been to it. It's like a web forum for like web developers and journalists. I'm not too familiar with it, to be honest with you. I've heard it talked about here and there, but I really don't know much about it. I mean, I don't really mind people having a place to talk. Have you played the Stanley Parable? I have not. I have seen much of it played though. How many versions of the Stanley Parable exist now at this point? I feel like that game gets the new... Is it just me, or does that game come out every year? Is that like how they're fucking with everyone's heads? They just release a new version of the game every year. I swear that game, I've seen that game like announced and released like 5 times at this point. There's only 2. I swear to God, there's more versions than that. There's like the original mod, then it got released in like, what, 2010 or something? I remember that being a big thing people were playing. And then it got re-released again, and then I think it just got re-released again recently. It's like, what? And they keep adding new content to it? Did you hear that Warner Bros. Doesn't own the Looney Tunes anymore? Is it like public access? Looney Tunes has been around since like a long time, so maybe it finally went to public access. Means I can finally release my own Tom and Jerry cartoon. It's been, you know, what is that? What, Tom and Jerry? That's not Warner Brothers, is it? Gotta admit, I am not tech savvy, but this one has HDMI 2.1, which is good apparently. Well, yeah, if you have a PS5, you kind of want that. I made sure the one I was buying, plus my monitor, have that. Tom and Jerry is Hanna-Barbera, okay. Yeah, I heard recently that there's an anime version of Tom and Jerry now. That's right, they got anime-ized. I've kind of like... How much of like Western, like old-fashioned Western cartoons are getting animes? I mean, has Scooby-Doo gotten an anime yet? I know Powerpuff Girls did. I think it's 95 years for some things to enter a public domain. Disney kept lobbying to have it extended for the longest time. Yeah, but I think only like one version of Mickey Mouse, kind of like Steamboat Mickey, is like public domain. There was the original release in 2013 and the Ultra Deluxe expansion in 2022. Well, there's also it came out as a mod for like free first, didn't it? Something like that? I think it was, or I'm pretty sure it was. Steamboat Willie? Well, I always called it Steamboat Mickey, but yeah. Oh yeah, I've completely forgot to send out my announcements. Shit. Sitting here for like 13 minutes talking to everyone. I didn't even do a Discord or a YouTube announcement. Mod release for Half-Life 2 was in 2011. So yeah, there was that. Then there was like the game in 2013. And then the expansion in TS. So I was right. It has, just for some reason though, it feels like I've seen it like released almost every year. But then again, considering the type of game that is, it's probably a good like idea. Good that it's in my head like that. Who's my favorite character in Death Stranding? Honestly, Higgs. At least he seemed like he was enjoying himself, and he kept mocking how it was like a video game. Alright, this is what you were looking for. Good old-fashioned boss fight. I mean, it was very literal that he was just like, he was there to represent like, you know, the video game bad guy. Even like talks about like being the final boss. Or something like that at the end. He was, yeah, so I think he's, yeah, I think he won. In terms of, like, fun characters. Isn't Kojima also working on a game for Xbox? I think, yeah, he's got both Death Stranding and some kind of Xbox game he's working on that he said he's always wanted to make. And can now finally make due to, like, Microsoft Cloud stuff. You love Sam Bridges, you don't really know why. I mean, he was a fine character. There's nothing really wrong with him. He served his purpose. You like his new look? I'm allowed to play with cloud gaming. I wonder if that means... what that means, though. I mean, cloud gaming can really mean anything. But there's only so much you can do that updates over a cloud and can do it in enough time to, like, make a game out of it. You love Madge? Well, I don't think he'll be back. If I'm slow at chatting, I'm doing Splatfest and Splatoon. Well, okay. We don't, I mean, chat, keep in mind, if Impy doesn't respond to you quickly enough, he's like getting fat dubs in Splatoon. Old Sam looks, now, I've become to realize, I think Kojima just really likes older men characters. Only time he sounded like a young pretty boy was Raiden. Every other game he's made, like a middle-aged man. Or older. Everyone hated Raiden? Well, he eventually got a second lease on life. Rising helped to make everyone like him again. Kojima likes dilps, you say? Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it. Like, I think he just likes experienced male characters. He doesn't like the idea of like, here's a teenager to save the world. I can appreciate that. He wants someone who's like, yo, seen some shit. Has that 1,000-yard, like, stare. Everyone hated Raiden. Well, I think some people liked him after the Metal Gear Solid 4 when he gets, like, cyber guys. But it's really rising. I mean, to be fair, he wanted Meryl to be 14. Well, yeah, no one's... Yeah, that's... Yeah, well... It's a bit... So that would have been weird for her to also be a soldier if she was 14. Then again, he sort of kind of revisited that idea when he came up with Paz. Because she's, like, playing like a young girl, but is actually, like, an adult. Who just looks very young. But is also, like, a super soldier or something. And, like, yeah... Hello... Well, I can't do her accent, but you know what I mean. So I wonder if that's where you're like, you know what, I'll just take that Meryl idea, that creepy idea I had for Meryl, and apply it to this new character. His artist was, I don't want to draw a young girl with a Desert Eagle. Or in her underwear. Well, someone had taste then. You know, we're supposed to get news about Metal Gear stuff this year, chat. It would be a big event. Just joining this conversation makes me feel like I walked in on my parents having a fun time. What, because we're talking about Metal Gear? And how, like, Kojima likes, like, experienced men as his main characters. But also, he really likes to put women in skimpy outfits from time to time. And also subject women who are, you know, mentally scarred to, like, you know, make them, like, dance to your trauma. I mean, hey, it's all done in good fun. I mean, it was memorable. And he also likes piss. Let's never forget that Kojima loves piss. The man can't get enough of that yellow gold. Puts it in every game. And I think that's a point as a statement. It's no longer just, this will be funny for the gamers. No, he loves it. I actually want to play the Snatcher at some point just to see if there's a pissing scene in it. Kojima wants to go. Oh, he's probably had some. He's probably had a few. May or not be the Nostradamus of video. Well, he's only really done that once, I feel, with Metal Gear Solid 2. Some people like to say that with Death Stranding, he kind of predicted, like, you know, the social isolation of the pandemic. I think that's one's a bit of a stretch. It's not quite as, like, clear cut as it was in Metal Gear Solid 2. And then he also made predictions of Metal Gear Solid 4, which were like batshit insane, which never happened. And, so yeah. He's got one really good, like, moment for that stuff. Like Fragile from Death Stranding, she gets really pissed if you start teleporting too much. I never actually saw that scene. I mean, it does, like, make her nose bleed, so it's probably uncomfortable. I didn't really use her teleportation very much, though. That's probably the reason. Like, you know, I'm gonna hoof it. I'm gonna hoof it. Apparently reboot Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that rewrite was more than just like a couple change of lines here and there. Because they would have been doing most of the primary work for the past 2 years as it was. Like, rewriting everything in the middle of that, So he's like, yeah, I'll just, like, make a few stylistic changes. I mean, he also, back when making Metal Gear Solid 2, had to, like, cut out a good chunk of the ending because of 9/11. Like, they were supposed to have, like, the old Metal Gear Arsenal, like, crashing through Manhattan. Like, oh, wow. And it was just, like, a month or two after 9/11. It's like, oof. Let's just, like, have them, like, fall off it on top of the courthouse. So now that a good chunk of the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2 doesn't really make sense, because, like, why are they just, like, why are they on this building now? And Kiwami 2? This is a Yakuza game. There's a substrate that opens up toilets. I love the way you spelled toilets, by the way. That is a fucking adorable word when you make it like that. Congrats, by the way. Get a piss meter that fills the more you drink. When it caps, you have to more piss, giving you more time to complete the game mode. Piss games, chat. They had to censor Raiden cutting the American flag falling into Solidus' corpse, as that was seen as highly offensive. I mean, it's not. But I don't think it would. Honestly, I don't think any of that had to be cut out. It would have been. I do wish that in like later releases of the game they would have put it back. Like it's been long enough. I think you could put whatever was going to be there back into the game if it still exists. Because I would have liked to have seen what would have happened. I mean, it's probably not a big chunk, but it's probably at least just like a cutscene. Death Stranding 2 should have a piss meter, but only when you drink Monster. Think Senator Armstrong could survive in Evil West? I mean, well, he's invulnerable to like physical harm, and everything here is usually hitting me with like its hands, so yes. I think he would do just fine. Sad they removed Monster in the director's cut. It's likely their deal ran out. Those kind of things are like licensed and like, you know, it's a marketing deal for only so long. Otherwise, they just give them free advertising after that. Now that's how you introduce a character back into the plot. Fall from the sky.
Next time, try following the map, kid.
Mr. Jesse!
Okay, alright.
Until that telegram came in, we all thought you were dead.
Cow likes to drag you? Like a cow, the half-dead
Holy
chinchilla?
moly.
Is that something you come
Your
across many
father
times?
designed
A
the
half-dead
first
chinchilla
gauntlet?
being drugged by a cat. Hear how Lilo and Stitch had to reanimate
I've
the
heard
chase
the stories
scenes
about
as
this
the
place,
planes going
but
through a city
I
at
never
Indu. I mean,
dreamed
I'm
I'd
guessing there's a lot of
visit it
media
myself.
that had to be changed around that time.
We're
But I've
about
never
to
heard that particular one.
re-explore history.
The gauntlet? Don't forget what we're here for. I need to upgrade it. This old lab
And all
should
the
have what we need.
advertising
What are we
stuff on
looking
Metal Gear Solid 5? What's the
Okay,
advertising
okay,
stuff in
I
Metal Gear Solid 5?
understand.
What are we looking for?
According to your father, the key to upping the voltage of your gauntlet is reconnecting those transmitters to the central current reservoir.
Oh, English, Verge.
Okay.
I don't know how to
I do a
read,
sciencey
Verge.
thingy with your gauntlet, and you'll be running more charge than Edison himself could shake a circuit breaker at.
Them seems the
Got
movie
it.
still
I'll
had the
clear
Twin
way.
Towers
You
digitally
take care
removed.
of
I don't
finding
know.
the central
I'm
reservoir
assuming it
thingy.
maybe, I don't know, yeah. Another famous video game they had to cut, well, it didn't really have to cut anything out because it wasn't already there, was Deus Ex. In the opening level, you can see like the skyline of Manhattan and the Twin Towers aren't there. But that was actually never in it to begin with because of like memory. They didn't have space in the memory for that in the image, so they just cut it out. And they literally wrote into the plot that the Twin Towers had been destroyed by a terrorist attack prior to the events of the game. And then it actually happened in real life. I remember like just floored me when I found that out. That's one of the reasons I actually ended up playing the game, just for that alone, when I read that. Here there's a new superhero named Pissmaster. So that might Kojima, I mean, is it DC or Marvel? And is it also literal? Is he literally just like, I'm Pissmaster? Is it Deus Ex, the one I'm just talking about? Yeah, Deus Ex is the game that literally predicted, right as it was before the game even came out, or was predicting like, you know, it was going to be destroyed by a terrorist attack.
Still
It was
not
really
wanna go
uncanny.
for a ride? It's the fastest way.
Again, fastest, not safest.
Twin
Mr.
Towers
Jesse.
were in New York City at the start of the
I don't
game,
like
right?
the odds.
No, they're literally inside the game lore. They didn't have the, you can't see the Twin Towers from the liberties of the island you start off. And in the lore that they since they couldn't include in there because they didn't have the memory, it's like, the terrorists blew it up. And which ended up, you know, being the case. Liberty Island, yeah. Oh, sweet. Donkey Kong level. Sama stealing other people's ideas. Well, I doubt he was getting like beta code to Deus Ex, so I don't think so. But then again, they found weird stuff in his. Didn't they find like hentai on Osama's computer? I remember reading that they found like Japanese hentai on his computer after they raided the place. Did they ever find out which one it was? Like which specific hentai was it?
Hell yeah!
Classified. I like that there's a classified CIA file on what hentai Osama was into.
First class ride.
That's need to know information. Alright, we got wolves to do it. I'll burn them first. What is that guy? I think that guy's like stuck up there. Oh no, he's just waiting. I mean, I'm cool with that. Fuck. Ah. Of course they throw two enemies at me. CIA chief in 2017 said they won't release his porn stash. Must be some really good shit. It's too much for our American minds.
Painful.
Well, I got my ass kicked. Setting would you like to see Assassin's Creed games set in the Bronze Age collapse? Though I think that's actually before the era of the Assassins and Templars. But like I said, it doesn't matter, it still suck. Doesn't matter what the setting is, it'll suck. Apparently Bin Laden had the OG FF7, Chicken Little, and Batman Gotham Knights. What a weird mix. I appreciate that he was into FF7 though. Do you think he... Wait a minute. I think I know why he was into FF7, because FF7, the OG game is literally about a group of terrorists who are the heroes. No wonder he'd be into that RPG. I mean, you start that game by blowing up like the, basically doing a terrorist bombing. We should damage this guy before he like gets down here to flame me. Oh, he's already done. This is one of the most video gamey games I've seen. It does have an old school feel to it, that's for sure. It can also be old school hard and fucking unfair.
Oh, this ain't good.
Come on.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I told you I wasn't gonna rage, chat. For those of you who didn't believe me. I did that entire section despite it being a pain in the ass with no rage. This game's disfiguring is actually brutal if you actually had time to see. You know, I have noticed it when I'm doing damage to them. They're basically eventually becoming like a pile of meat. It's hard to notice this sometimes though, because they're just swarmed with a bunch of enemies and usually the same type, so you lose track of whoever you're attacking very quickly.
Out of my way.
We've been here 16 months now, and we are making progress. The harsh weather here has helped to accelerate the process. The lightning strikes have been helping us in our ongoing efforts to harness
You'll be
electricity.
raging in about 2 hours, more than likely, but I
We'll
will.
be able to use
I have
it as a
ways of
weapon
like
against
stopping
our
myself.
enemies. Such technology
It's
will give us
called
the upper
sitting
hand at last.
uncomfortably on my balls.
Stay strong. Keep the faith. The future is nearly upon us.
Do I have any upgrades? Let's see. Why is there not like a final upgrade for this? Or maybe it's what we get after we get rid of this power, because it looks like there should be something here since there's a line. Missing requirements, so I gotta get this one. Killing a mid-air enemy has a 100% chance of dropping the energy pickup. Whatever. I think it's currently on cooldown. I've actually got all those. I think we're waiting for railgun, right? Actually, we can buy railgun. We also have the bombs now too. Closest bundles are now deal more damage and stick to enemies and explode after some time. Can be detonated manually. 3. Also, the electricity augmented boomstick can be pretty good too. In fact, I think that's better than the there's so much. The rifle is just kind of worth it. I use that a lot. Space Western rifle now. The best of 1800s technology on display here. We turned our Winchester into a goddamn railgun.
Money.
Money.
Finders keepers.
I gotta get a new wardrobe soon, chat. So it's time to get some new clothes. Mainly because a lot of my pants now have those frayed knees on them. Which is not a bad look, but I'm not really into like damage on pants. So I'm thinking like, gotta like get some new stuff. Maybe I should like go for a different style. But I'm just like I'm like a basic bitch t-shirt and jeans guy. I'm not too fancy when it comes to dressing myself.
Are they gone?
For now. That doesn't look like it's working.
All it needs is power. I was just about to turn on the generator over there when they appeared.
Yeah, I'm on it. Keep your head down.
Darty, fashion emote would be appropriate. How would you make an emote out of that? Usually emotes would just remain as like one ahead and that's it. Talking about the game or real? I'm talking about reality.
Almost there. Gotta get to that other switch.
I don't think this is how electricity works. You don't store it in your body like you're a lithium battery. Snappy dress, dude. I used to have a lot more style, to be honest with you. But then I remember getting some of it stolen from me at one point. I just like, fuck it. Gonna keep my wardrobe simple.
Let's get to it then. Run to the walkway and I'll clear the way ahead.
So this is like Nikolai Tesla's like tower, right? He wanted to build. Also, emote should be flipping a scar as it was some luxurious hair. Well, I do have, well, my hairstyle. I actually need a haircut right now. It's starting to get a little long, but I got a lot of it. Scarf. You know what? I'm fine with the way you said it. Flip your scar.
Those rocks look wobbly.
Perfect bridge form, though. Where the hell is Tesla in this? Well, that guy down there has a tattoo of him on his arm. Nikolai Tesla. He never actually got to build it, did he?
Okay.
Like, he had this idea of, like, I will build this electrical tower that will beam power to you. I mean, it's all bullshit. You can't, beaming energy is technically possible, but it's not very efficient. You can only do, like, a very short distance. But, that was, like, one of the ideas he had for, like, a tower construction, but he never made it. He also apparently made a death ray, but I'm gonna guess that's also a bit of bullshit. Definitely a brilliant guy, but in the back half of his life, he's like getting a little loony.
This way.
Birch, you okay?
It's meant to reference a death ray. Well, we're building our magical like lightning gauntlet, so probably not. But they're like obviously taking some inspiration from it.
A tunnel that might lead to the mines.
Keep moving. It probably connects
And your
up with the
ponytail has a
main
life of
lab.
its own.
Do me a favor though. Try not to get killed.
There's a documentary about his death ray. I mean, it's hard to have a documentary about something that never actually existed, though. Like, yeah, he had these plans for it. Never built it, though. End of documentary. Surprised we can get through here with all this crap on our back. Well, we barely almost got stuck. Tesla, Edison. I think in terms of actual brilliance, definitely. Edison, though, was way better at the business side of, like, in marketing aspects of everything. Edison just knew how to sell his shit. Though Tesla did win out with like the alternating current though. Like they did compete with that. Like, I mean, Edison was like, I think DC is better, and I think that's right. It was like Edison versus Tesla when it came to AC and DC, not the band. Like Edison even went so far as like electrocuting an elephant in like a live stage event. He's like, this is the dangers of alternating current. Watch as this elephant is electrocuted alive. Like, holy shit, man. Could you imagine someone like doing like, here's a fucking elephant, I'm gonna electrocute it to prove my point. Like, damn, history, you fucking savage. Where Tesla ended up with a bunch of pigeons. Yeah, he died kind of sad and alone. But hey, he's now like beloved by Redditors the world over. I think in the end he would be happy with that. Neckbeards all around the world, like, you know, tip their fedoras in his direction. There we go.
No power.
Okay. You played his ill-fated love interest in a musical? Interesting. I always appreciate people who are in the, you know, the arts, in theater. People said that Tesla died a virgin, but I'm betting he was gay and got tons of bussy. Just kept. I mean, that's a possibility. I don't. I mean, also there's also a possibility he just asexual and didn't really care about sex. Maybe just his passions was science, chat, and learning. Knowledge was their treasure. Have you been mad yet? Not once.
I'm taking it. Seems the other one is up there somewhere.
Chat put sex on a pedestal, so it's not odd to see them constantly go on and on about who they're that bang. I feel a lot of people do. I mean, once you have had it, it's like, yeah, it's just a part of life. Not really that, yeah, you kind of like stop making a big deal over it, like, yeah, isn't that?
Can't make it without a rope.
I need to find rope.
Just move.
But it's also the lack of it. I think people put too much concern into. Like, I really don't care if someone has had sex or not. It's like, it's whatever. It doesn't change anything about a person.
Quite a cozy little setup here, boys.
Okay.
This is nice.
President Chester A. Arthur, on this day, November 11, 1884, awards $10,000 to the Capitol Institute for their contribution to American science and to further their promising research. A whole 10K. I think secondly, yeah, but also yeah. I think people do obsess over a little too much. I mean, some people lose their goddamn mind. Okay, there's another one over there. Where's this one though? Never will I be able to get there fast enough? I'm gonna run across that. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Such a weird puzzle mechanic.
Gotcha.
Okay. So now what? That one over there. What is the weirdest old invention you've heard about? There was literally a cage meant for babies that you put outside your window. And I can't imagine when wanting to use that. I've seen the images of that actually. Weirdest invention that I know about. The weirdest, well, I don't know if it'd be the weirdest, but it's one that just comes to mind. Tobacco enema kits. That's right, some people used to think it's a good idea to blow tobacco smoke up your ass. Yeah, it's real tobacco enemas. There used to be an old-timey like tradition, like, hey, what if we just like, that's actually where the term blowing smoke up someone's ass comes from. You know, it was the people selling these tobacco enemas, because it was just like a sham. But that, if you ever wonder why we like use the term blowing smoke up someone's ass, it's because of tobacco enemas. See, now you've learned some history, chat. Did you learn that because you looked at the I think I learned it on Reddit one day. Someone like posted an image of the kit. Well, did I just hear about? Chat asked me the weirdest invention, and I told them about tobacco enemas. You think vaping's hardcore? Wait till you see some like new age kids out there like, hey man, pull your pants down, let me just vape with your asshole. That's right, it's the new trend, man, vaping with your asshole. I bet you could convince some people to do it. Just stick the vape there, man. Don't worry about it. I don't think I need... yeah, we actually do need it.
Just a little more.
You know, this isn't Kratos we're playing as. He's just a regular dude. Why is he strong enough to push a train car?
God, it's heavy.
Coffee enemies are, yeah, that we used to have a long history. Chat, humans have a long history of putting stuff up their ass for, you know, various reasons.
This could come in handy.
There's a Reddit post that resurfaced about a patent Sony has for a TV that makes you shout the product name in order to skip an ad. Yeah, but I'm gonna guess they had that before Xbox One came out with its like cameras, because I remember people making jokes about how the Microsoft Smart console was gonna have you like pop open a can of Coca-Cola to continue playing the game, and also say the catchphrase too. Just because someone has a patent of something doesn't mean they're actually inventing it or even plan to, because yeah, you can imagine the backlash. It sounded like yell McDonald's to continue playing your video game. Please drink yeah, that green text. Please drink your verification can. It's one of the best green texts that ever came out of 4gen.
Shit. That's pretty damn steep.
Wish you didn't like McDonald's fries so much. I always heard those got bad because they switched from using like beef tallow to cook them. I remember always telling everyone, I don't think they're that great, to be honest with you. Most fast food fries are like, you know, I don't know, I guess if you eat them right when they come out of the fryer, they're good. Because usually whenever I've eaten fast food fries, they're always like a cold, almost like lukewarm batch, and they're kind of shit. Are you a crispy? Yeah, I like my fries hot, and I can hear them still boiling almost out of the fryer. 1900s boogies were radium-laced wax rods that men inserted directly into the ureters to treat, yeah. We even stick radioactive candles up our ass, chat. We used to think radiation was like really cool and rad, ironically. I mean, when X-rays came out, there was people like literally traveling X-ray people like were like, "Hey, do you want to see what your hand looks like? Or your skeleton? Step into this booth right now, madam."
Oh shit.
And then,
Let's
you
see
know, the
why they
cancer
don't
rate
get
started
many
spiking.
tourists around here. I can make
Also, I
it.
say you're everything wrong with Callisto Protocol. Awesome job. Oh, thank you, man. I was pretty happy with it. Your urethra is your penis. Well, they stuck them. Trust me, someone stuck it up their ass. But you know what? Even better, sticking it down your dick. Why not? If there's a hole, there's a goal, right? I mean, I just assumed that you were. I don't think I read all your comment or wasn't like giving it mind, so I was saying, oh yeah, sticking a candle up your ass. Why not? What a conversations we have, chat. Knock that shit off. Oh. Can I get out of that corner of death? Thank you. See, no rage at all, chat. Handled that like a proper, well-adjusted individual who just plays video games. That devil trigger looked OP. It's basically you dash around and like hit punch people really fast. And that tree is burning, but I don't see no char. We got what? New perks? Let's see. The Quake Punch. I think I'll go to your touchdown. Hold that plus S to attack an enemy, lifting them up and smashing them into the ground, causing a massive explosion. All common enemies are instantly killed. That seems pretty good. We got money. Yeah, hold on. Gonna guess you rage a few times while playing. Last night I got pretty ragey at a few parts of the game, yes. A little over dramatic, but hey, I was really struggling at times. That's where we gotta go, so let's check over here.
Quite a find.
A new perk point? You shouldn't have. Can we get this one? We need to be level 14. How about the Aftershock? Press V after using Quake Punch to follow up with an even more powerful attack. Maximum health. I think I want that, actually. I think I want the more health. What is this? Whenever an energy pickup is about to be dropped, health pickup is created instantly. I just rather have more health. You can feel that this game apes God of War in some ways, a little bit. But it's also not... it's not as clean as that. I don't really struggle that much in God of War, honestly, outside of like a few fights, isn't that brutal at all. This game is just overwhelming you with numbers sometimes, more than that game would. Also, no young boy. Protect.
Gotta be careful.
Wood.
Cash.
No ethical consumption under... There's no ethical consumption under capitalism, so you might as well enjoy it. Really? Me buying a Snickers bar isn't ethical?
Got through.
March 1887. Gentlemen, the latest gauntlet tests have been very encouraging, and I appreciate your hard work and dedication to the cause. However, I must insist we continue to put a high priority
Nestle, wait,
on
a Snickers
security.
Nestle.
Under no circumstances should tests be performed in the field. Everything must be kept top secret. Our enemies must not see the fruits of our research until we can wield it against them. Otherwise, we risk exposing ourselves to great danger. The safety of the entire world is at stake.
Now, back in the 1800s, the late 1800s, America was a bit of an isolationist nation. I don't think they care too much about the world. Like, I guess the rest of the world, but, you know, fuck them. I don't really need to reset.
Almost there.
That's if I want to go back the way I came. I'm a little confused. Oh no, just get this. I mean, Coca-Cola, an American company, sponsored the 1936 Summer Olympics, aka the one held by Nazis during World War II. I mean, you could also talk about how they used to put actual drugs in their soda. Like, that's where the name Coca comes from. I feel that, you know, that's also kind of warranted, but hey. Now they just make people fat and give them diabetes. Well, they don't make them do that, they just give them the opportunity. That's where we got to go, so let's check the off path. Also, Rhodes teeth. Well, true. They put drugs in their soda. Yeah, they used to, like, literally Coca-Cola. It used to be like cocaine in it, literal cocaine. They technically actually still use a product from the coca plant. It's like a leaf extract, but it's not the actual cocaine.
I'll take that.
But even that's highly regulated, apparently, and they have to get special permissions to do that. Trying cocaine is on the bucket list? Really? That's on your bucket list? I also want to do a hard drug once in my life, you know, just to feel like I'm truly alive. Why not, do something safe like skydiving?
More money. Shit, too late.
Oh, it's not. I've already activated it. Wasn't Coke or at least soda in general originally a medicinal thing? I know, Coca-Cola was, I think, yeah. I don't know how many of the other ones started it, as that. Bigger concern should be why Mountain Dew bottles are green when Mountain Dew is already green. How deep does this go? The conspiracy, man. You've cracked the code. I want to see your, like, wall of evidence where you have, like, photographs put together linked with string. Because I bet money there's something to learn from it. So it's... somewhere I hope the lizard men are involved. Good old lizard conspiracies are the best. I mean, they gotta make the bottle some kind of color, and they don't want to make it like dark because then you won't know it's like Mountain Dew. Is there a rabbit hole for Coca-Cola? I mean, possibly. Or are you one of them? How much do you know? Okay, I need to get over there. So. Meth is bad. You know who also used meth? Nazis. That's how you know it was bad. Not a joke, by the way. Hashtag not a joke. How the frick? Tell them about the meth chocolate? The meth chocolate. Meth chocolate? Do I have a story about meth chocolate I've forgotten? Wasn't Hitler getting weird like PCP? Well, I know like some, German soldiers were issued like methamphetamines because they're like, hey, become super soldier, never sleep. Where am I going? Let's see a path forward. I need to get over there. Yeah, I know that's where I gotta get, but I'm trying to figure out the method to the madness. Put meth and chocolate for the Nazi soldiers. So when you eat your rations, you get. Man, I bet that was some good chocolate though. Like I fucking love this chocolate. Oh god, I can't even come up with a joke for it. But you know what? I know there's one there. I believe that's where the term blitzkrieg came from too. Well, that came from like doctrine of like basically combined arms attacks to overwhelm enemy defenses very quickly. Also furious. Thank you for the 38 months, man. Yeah, but yeah, what if they actually gave some of their rations to the kids when they were like marching through a town? Here's a chocolate bar. Hitler had irritable bowel syndrome, which is why he took morphine regularly. He was a vegetarian to reduce the gas. Man, he must have had some. I've known people with irritable bowel syndrome. It wasn't so bad they needed morphine. I mean, goddamn. He must have had some really irritable bowels. I wonder if did he blame his irritable bowels on the Jews as well? Is that where it began? I know it was them. They're the ones who have upset my stomach. Oi. Very confused where the game wants me to go. I need to get over there, but I don't see a method to get over there. Wait, is that a zip? Oh, there's a zip line. That's where. Fuck. I think it's a zip line, right? Yeah, there's a zip line the entire time. Also had colitis. Okay, now that's a bit more serious. Yeah. Yeah, you can like didn't like.
Okay.
Wasn't like, yeah, colitis is when you get like the. There's a bunch of different stomach because colitis is the one where you get like little like pockets in your intestinal lining or your colon, and then you just like basically infected pockets or something. Or is it the one that Abe had, but that caused him to resign from Japanese prime minister? I think it was, right? That's oh, it's Dartigan. Okay, never mind. So which one is colitis then? Chad, do you know there's an illness called like megacolon? Twice where you get ulcers? Okay, yeah, okay. Still a pain in the ass.
Well, ain't that a pretty sight to see?
Yeah, there was incest. Okay. I'm starting to wonder how much of this though is just propaganda, because yeah, of course he had all this. He's into
That worked.
drugs, cocaine, irritable. He pooped himself, and colitis, and all this. I feel like he's just like Hitler. We can get away with saying any bad shit we want about him, and no one will actually care. Yeah, he like kicked puppies whenever he walked by him. Couldn't stand the sight of like, anything cute. Hitler invented gingivitis, the madman. No, chat. Before Hitler, men didn't actually go bald. Did you know that fact? Baldness for men wasn't a thing until after Hitler.
Jesus. I think I'm starting to develop fear of heights. Easy.
I feel like Hitler would have been avoided if he had if Hitler had been a pothead. Well, we already know he's doing hardcore drugs and that, and he was still a bastard. So drugs didn't make him chill out any. Just spawned out of thin air. Well, magic creatures will do that sometimes, you know? They got like teleportation. This game fun? It's had its moments where it's been really hard to enjoy it. But overall, I'm still saying it's an alright game. If you like, a good, just like, it's not, I mean, the plot is a bit trash, but hey. I'm still like, smiling whenever there's like goofy cutscenes. But it also has a massive difficulty spike. Just a massive one. That's been kicking my ass in the later half of the game. Right. True, it's why marijuana was illegal or racism against Mexico, I think. Not necessarily this has anything to do with marijuana, well it kind of does, but whenever the topic of marijuana comes up, I always end up, especially if it's like a forum or Reddit or something, the hemp lover always shows up, who likes to talk about how much, like, all the miracle wonders of hemp. Like, you've probably read some of, like, the hemp lover comments before. Not so much the marijuana, it's like the hemp is this miracle wondrous source of, like, everything. You can do anything you want with it, but they gotta keep that from, no one wants to compete with hemp, man. As a hemp appreciator, you can chill out, nothing as a miracle plant. Yeah, I mean, just that some of them just go nuts over fucking hemp. It's like, man, we had the good life ahead of us with hemp. The future was hemp, but then they ruined it. They just started targeting marijuana when hemp was their true goal. Had to keep it down.
Mr. Jesse, over here.
My aunt literally
Let me
cured her
guess.
cancer with
Ain't
THC, bro. I
working?
swear they don't want you. Yeah, they have that THC that THC oil and all that, but I just kind of like love all the like the hemp lovers and how much the like, man, hemp, man. If there was a timeline where it wasn't banned with marijuana, could have had everything. It's just kind of amusing. It's just funny. Do I do that move again? I got like the super uppercut, right? I gotta hold S. There we go. That's good. Oh, I used up my energy bars though. Shit. Backed up in a corner getting like slaughtered. Ow! This is a very hard combo to fight against. We got airborne guy and underground guy. You know, at one point it's against the law to jump out of a plane without a parachute. It's a good law, honestly. What's your problem with that law? I think we have someone who likes to, like, you know, encourage people to jump out of planes without a parachute on in our chat tonight. Alright, see chat? When I keep my cool, I win. I don't just start raging when it gets hard. That's a sign of a true, mature video game player.
It works! I melted the ice with the power of flame.
No shit, genius. Let's go.
Wait, did I come in from this way? I think I came in this way. Did you ever believe in cryptids or any other monsters as a kid? I remember watching fake videos of Goblin Zero Life and freaked younger me out. I was more interested in dinosaurs. I never really got that interested in like supernatural shit as a kid. So I don't believe I ever believed anything like monstrous. I mean, as a kid, you have irrational fears, because I do remember, like, I was afraid of like a creepy, like, almost like a lawn gnome that one of my neighbors had as a kid growing up. I only ever walked past it once because I was with my mom and she told me a story how it comes to life at night, and that fucked me up for a while. So for a while, it was like a weird, it was like, to be perfectly honest, it was kind of a very racist lawn gnome. It was like, it was basically like this, what was it like? It was like, basically like a lawn gnome that looked like a black male servant, to put it mildly. But I thought it was like, it's just very creepy looking, like all lawn gnomes are. And I just remember like believing it would come to life and like walk around at night. So, but that's as far as it gets when it comes to me being scared of something, I guess. It was a bar. No, it was literally like, I think it might have actually been like a horse jockey, something like it. I remember having a bright red coat and it having very dark skin. So for some reason, for a while, I thought it was like, but it might have just been like a horse jockey, like lawn gnome thing, but I can't really say for sure because I was like 5 and my memory of it is hazy. Darts races against gnomes. Well, yeah, I mean, they can gnome you. But as far as cryptids go, no. There were just like things that, you know, got me scared. I mean, there was like a book of like scary stories I read as a kid that had like really messed up art that came with it. That, you know, it was like short stories, but it had really creepy art. And I remember like being like terrified of the pictures in it as well. But I never believed any of it was real. I was apparently very rational as a child. I didn't really believe in superstition. I never even believed in Santa Claus shit. I knew right from the beginning, like, yeah, that's my parents. Ain't fooling me. You read that book? I forget the name of it. I think there were several books like it where it's just like scary stories and it's just like, here's a bunch of like stories that are way too intense for kids, but we'll market to them anyways.
Yeah.
And also give it like the most nightmarish artwork possible. Poor kids don't believe in Santa, right? Well, we don't get nearly as much from him, so why should we? Fucking bastard ignored our houses most of the time. Kind of fucked up of Santa when you think about it. Like, oh, I'll give the kids with your rich parents more gifts. They deserve it. Also, fuck the homeless. They get nothing. Here's a Pepsi can I crushed while I was in my sleigh. You can have that, little poor child. Save up and be a good kid next year. You coming? Stay in there. Aren't you cold, by the way? He says, Dart, you okay? Yeah, but fuck Santa Claus. Bastard. Also, you know what? The Tooth Fairy was nicer to me than Santa Claus ever was. Yeah, she would at least leave the quarter under, or like the dollar bill under my pillow. Gonna get cold this Christmas? No, that's no. I got an air fryer already, so I've already got him beat. Santa's part of the bourgeois. Yeah, that's why communists probably didn't like Santa Claus very much.
Okay, I've combed through the notes. It all looks pretty standard. All we have to do is direct the current from the central reservoir over there straight into your gauntlet. I'll coordinate the convergence of the electrical beams via an
You have a song like that in Brazil? Yeah, I can see your reasoning.
Tell me where to go. I'll trust you with the buttons and levers.
Right over there.
Kind of abusing my trust right now, Virgil.
Hold on, Mr. Jesse. Just a few more seconds. 3, 2.
We don't have a few more.
So, Party Addy, thank you for the 5 months.
Oh, yeah. Hot damn, Virg.
What happened? Up the sleeve, what do we do? Up the sleeve upgrade is now activated. Up the sleeve, a generator built into the Rentier Gauntlet allows for creating a damaging blast every couple attacks. This prototype does not, however, feature a predictable release mechanism, so it just happens randomly. Is that really all it is? It's just, every once in a while, electric will you do electric punch. It's not exactly what I was expecting, you know? Alright, though. The energy will constantly keep building up in here. Oh, so we can just use it as we like?
Oh, this ain't good.
I want to use my super move. Oh, shit. Okay, I don't think this new upgrade I got is that great, by the way. Because you got no control over it. Why would you not put the checkpoint after the cutscene?
I think I just burned 2 bucks. Ah, damn it. Hell yeah.
I forget how to use my super move. Oh, it's T.
God damn it, that hurt. Oh, damn it. Much better.
Okay. Remember when I said this game likes to just swarm you?
Hell yeah.
use Devil Trigger. I forget which key it is. You have to have a full battery too, which I have now, but which fucking key was it again? There we go. T. Good.
We make a
Basically have
marvelous
infinite energy
team,
in that
you and me,
area.
Mr. Jesse, with my brains and your... That didn't come out right.
Rentier! So glad to see you back! All cried out from Daddy's funeral. Made peace with the fact that you never told him how much you loved him. Oh, wait. You didn't do any of that because William isn't dead. Instead, you and your band of grade-A chucklefucks let the leader of America's goddamn vampire hunting agency turn into a goddamn vampire!
Mr. Secretary, sir, if it weren't for Director Rentier, we never would have found Felicity and...
Isn't that just fuckity great? Then I can assume you've got her severed head hidden behind your wiry dead ferret of a frame!
Secretary Harrow.
Dr. Blackwell, I can't believe I'm saying this. But as of right now, you are the fucking director of the soon-to-be renamed Rentier Institute, with all the perks and privileges entitled therein. But for now, I want you to lock these sons of bitches up for high treason. And after that, you're gonna squeeze every bit of vital information out of the tick that's currently inhabiting the carcass of William Rentier. And once you're done, apply your own damn protocols and put a bullet in its head like you should have done days ago. Are you having some sort of female moment? I fucking want this fucking done right fucking now!
Would you allow me to present a counter-proposal? You leave Calico right now and never come back, you lying, sweaty, lecherous, potty-mouthed, flatulent, ugly mustached creep!
You ungrateful swine!
You sure you want to dance that dance?
President Cleveland will know all about this right here. We're having dinner after a sweet-ass musical premiere none of you were invited to because you don't matter!
Jesus, I thought I'd shit myself.
Amelia,
This is
that
some great
was
writing, by the way.
potty mouth?
I'm about 90% adrenaline right now, Jesse, so maybe you save your critiques for when my legs stop shaking. Right now, you should go see your father.
Yeah, a son female moment. I don't think he's a nice one, Chad. What is Big Hat Logan's name? I mean, our main character here? I don't know. I haven't really paid too much attention to the characters, to be honest with you. What a ducking nerd, huh? He's a politician. Whereas these people aren't accusing me of, like, witchcrafts and they got all this glowing shit on me. This had to be abnormal for them. Like, what? Why is this individual glowing? You're a man, Dart? Well, yes. That means people take me seriously. But even men don't usually go walking around with glowing contraptions on them in the 1800s. Witchcraft is what they used to. You realize there's several men who got accused of witchcraft, and like one of them got crushed together by stones in Salem, right?
It's the only thing that survived from the manor's fall.
Cool. More weight. More weight.
It's all my fault. Nerd.
Did you just call Edison a nerd, or did the our Elliot in the background? That is a pretty obvious Photoshop too, by the way. Not even remotely believable. I don't think the word nerd even existed in the 1800s. It's like that wasn't a thing until at least like the 70s. Top tier Photoshop. Yeah, here's when I met, Mr. Edison. Yeah, it's me in the background. He was totally aware I was there. Oh, well.
Don't blame yourself, kid.
He was a friend. I promised to get him his gauntlet, but I was so busy.
You gotta keep your guard up, Lou. Don't drop your dukes. Yeah, but keep your elbows in. Gotta protect that breadbasket.
I think I got it, sir. Thanks.
As you can see, the region compound appears to have some unexpected positive side effects.
You know, I'm not the most attentive son, but I could have sworn your leg.
Ha! I feel 20 years younger, Jesse. Get the Panzer wagon ready. You and I are gonna find Felicity, just like the old days.
Let's just wait and see how this thing with Harrow's gonna land.
Harrow, pa! That two-bit tyrant could command his way out of an Oklahoma outhouse.
Yeah.
We sure he's all right?
Well, from a purely virological standpoint, he should have turned days ago. If we're seeing nothing by now, I guess the compound works.
I can hear you, you know. Oh, better than ever. Goodness, you sound like Gravener with all your silly worrying.
Where the hell is Edgar?
Oh, these cutscenes end jarringly. Apparently,
We
King
thought you were
James
dead.
of Scotland had
Edgar
trouble
went on
finding a
something
wife
about
and
then,
summoned the
You
court.
tracked down Chester
Finding him
Morgan.
sussy, so when he
Thinking
tried to
that
sell the
chatterbox
Norway
might
to
have
pick up his
some
new
insight on
queen, it was
Felicity's
blown off course by a
whereabouts.
storm, and he blamed witches and started a whole trial.
Too slippery to croak it.
Isn't that just like a king?
Nowadays,
Blame
he
all of his
dabbles
like,
in
oh, it's
arms
fucking
trafficking.
witches.
Got himself a hideout in the mountains.
Oh.
Edgar snuck into the hills with a box of dynamite.
Clearly it was witchcraft keeping me from getting my ussy.
Let him have at it. This freeze is up for the matter at hand.
Like hell it does.
So what? We got Chester Morgan. Yeah, I think we've gone to Canada this time. Arthur. How about we, like, get into this whole steampunk, Arthur?
Shit.
Wouldn't you like a lightning rifle?
And then it all went down the shitter. I'm tired of putting my neck on the line for them. I barely made it out of that gathering alive.
Oh, the
thanks to
Irish
those
vampire guy.
piss-drinking rentiers and their crusade. But fuck them, fuck Dabano, and fuck his devious brat. I'm out. Gotta stay low for a while and take care of myself for a change.
Start eating right, you know. I've been eating this too many of this diabetic blood. I gotta get some good, healthy blood in me, huh? Oh, I'm gonna make a big change in my life. I mean, my own life. I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna just, be a vegan vampire.
Here come Chester's boys.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking beast. And a whole bunch. Oh, this is gonna suck. Once we got rid of that guy. What? Hey, Garrus, have a good night, man. These guys just want hugs, nothing but them. You asked for it. You're literally but a bunch of hip bones at this point, though. What do big guys sound like? They never had a father. Yeah, I think they just actually give your daddy a hug. Come, I think they just want love. They just want love. You swear the gameplay doesn't match the aesthetic. Welcome to steampunk, where the story, whenever you go steampunk, you're basically really fucking over a lot of shit. That's one of the reasons that it doesn't really work that well. Chat, I've been giving thought of revisiting and playing that Tomb Raider. And, you know, the first one I did a video on. It's been a while since I played that game, so I've been thinking about playing it again. It is a pretty good game, and I remember really enjoying it, so I wonder if it still holds up. Do it, it can be the game after this, and it wouldn't take too long, so it might be something I need to do. You're gonna be bored out of your mind? Why? I like that game. Pretty good game. I mean, I liked it enough to make it my very first sim video after all. And I haven't actually played it since then. Been a little too busy playing everything else. Oh, for fuck. They're letting me even see it. Like, yeah, I had to find another B guy. Yeah, we put another one down there. Have you ever played puppet combo games? I don't know. What game? I wouldn't. Maybe tell me the name of their games and I'll recognize that. The one with the gory deaths? Pardon? Is that the one with the gory... Oh, you mean Tomb Raider? Yeah. It's got a few in there. On, fucking die, you fucking bee piece of shit. These things are the goddamn worst, because they always combo them up with everything else. Okay, now I can actually fight the rest of the enemies. How about that? Fucking crap. He also screamed, well, don't be a Tomb Raider then, when Laura says she hates Tomb. Was that me? I don't really remember much of what I said about that game. I remember a few lines of it. I remember like saying like when like Laura, like that big guy comes out, like this is what it's all about, and like hugs him, and that's like just, and wait till they take their tops off where you bust out the Bacardi or something. It's like you're still like stranded on a desert island once they kill you, and like, oh, this is what it's all about. Like, dude, just keep it to yourself. Not that great. Just two women like being fun with each other. They're friends, you know. That was from Conan O'Brien's mock review of Tomb Raider. Ah, that makes sense. Oh, fuck.
Bridge is down. Gotta find another way across. And he dares to preach to me about the bridges.
But then again, she was in the process of becoming the Tomb Raider in that game, so I guess she could say hate tombs. Shame they couldn't make the next two games live up to the first one. Gotta head out. Hey, GMC, thanks for being here tonight, man. You have a good night. Tomb Raider games in that trilogy did worse, strangely. The first one was really good, but then the next two just like were kind of like bland. Let us not forget the best bars ever. Bye, hater. I'm gonna get deep in it. Tomb Raider all in the crib room rate. What the fuck? I'm very confused.
Not this way.
Were those weren't lines from the game, were they? So we go that way. Chat, the inside of my nose itches a lot, but I'm like still resisting the urge to pick it even though I'm by myself without a camera on me. Does that mean I had a really good upbringing? Or like, like certain, at least some morals pounded into me? What game is the best combat in your opinion? I mean, really no. I don't know if there is a game with the best combat. There's lots of different types of combat. I would say currently it's probably Elden Ring, if I had to pick one, but Sekiro also had really, really good combat. Means you're anxious? What, because I want to like scratch the inside of my nose but not be gross? It's from the song Beat the Pussy Up from oh, okay. I must have never listened to that classic. Shouldn't it be beat da, not the? I feel like that would be the proper way of saying it.
Maybe I can clear this with a bag.
You know what? We guys have so many terms for when it comes to like that act. Do ladies have anything that's like derogatory in such a fashion towards guys? Like, yeah, like, you know, do they? I mean, what do ladies say when they just want to hit that hard? Weird question, I know, but they gotta have some, right?
Yet another mine.
It's a very male-dominated terminology, you know. Ride the D. That doesn't feel, you know, it's not. Nah, they gotta have better terms than that.
Find a way up. Man out.
What is this like toxic goop we're like trying to avoid? It's just like I'm very confused why there's so many toxic substances in 1800s naturally occurring too. Yes, the goop caves were common in the West.
Carefully here.
They only say those words when they go to the bathroom together. You're right, that is a mysterious. That is where they keep all their tightest held secrets. Oh shit. How do I get over there? That's Hawking ball, really? That's what you say, like when you're like, man, I want to torture that guy's balls. Really? Something tells me that ain't what you ladies tell each other. Amp bolts. Okay. Electricity charged bolts can create an electrical arc between tagged enemies and damage them constantly for a short while, huh? Interesting, but I don't really use that weapon too much. Look, we're gonna get another weapon type, by the way, because there's still some unlocked. I don't really want that one though. What do we want here? Uppercut and touchdown can now send multiple enemies mid-air. Additionally, the gauntlet and revolver juggle affect all the mid-air enemies simultaneously. That could be good. Receiving the lethal damage doesn't cause death. Instead, it heals at 25% of maximum health and grants a 3-second invulnerability. Shoving the nearby enemies away, that could also be good. And that ain't really good for combat, though. I guess we'll get that. Yeah, I really should also increase the amount of, like, batteries I have. Maximum energy, yeah, I should have gotten that a while ago. We'll get that one next. Explosive bundles are compressive. At 3 charges instead of 1, they split upon being thrown to... Okay, that sounds pretty good. The grenades have actually been really good. Elden Ring, everything wrong with for April 1st. I'm not really into doing April Fool's videos. They're usually just like a waste of time for something that isn't that entertaining. And I could definitely find fault with Elden Ring, don't get me wrong. It's by no means a perfect game. It's just a big fucking game. It's just mainly like boss fights and lore. It's kind of hard to work with my format. Heal on ball sounds well, yeah, it sounds painful because it would be. But we remember, yeah, that's the only one I ever did too, isn't it? Like the first year I was doing is like, I guess I could do this at least once. Well, that tells me that's not how water looks when you're behind a waterfall. It's probably like a lot more misty than this. Did you stream Shadow of the Colossus? That was before I started streaming. Actually, no, I did stream like the remake that Sony released a few years later. I didn't finish it though. I did most of it, then I like kind of forgot about it. Pull that out again.
Made it. Now, where are you hiding, Chester boy?
Did you ever stream Eco? That was a good, but occasionally Eco. Don't believe I have. What kind of game is Eco? I know there's Eco the Dolphin, is that what you mean?
Edgar? Are you there?
Not Eco? Ico. Oh, Ico. I've never actually played Ico.
Any last words? What the? Holy cow!
Shit! A Gatling gun? You kidding me?
I guess I can only, only stun that guy. Kind of fell off after the last. Yeah, didn't that studio also go like end after the last Guardian as well? They're like the studio's like kaput. Apparently, the last Guardian was in development hell for a while too, wasn't it? But yeah, they ended up shutting down. I think they're like the creative director, like also Sony kind of like moved all of its development for games toward the old Western markets and almost pretty much abandoned Japanese-centric games or Japanese development. Oh, we get a minigun? Rentier Gatling, the heaviest and most lethal of all the Rentier Industries firearms, provided one doesn't mind the hindered mobility while using it. Takes a while to wind up, but comes back with a vengeance. Press 4 to equip and fire. Plus said they're working on a new game. Like, that studio doesn't exist anymore, though. Not that I'm aware of.
Like Christmas in July. So, you a warlord now, Chess?
Hey, boyo, guess who's got his hands on the biggest stash of guns and ammo since the Civil War? Yes, me. I wonder why I didn't jump into the most American business there is earlier. especially when the clouds of an all-out war started gathering over our heads. Someone will profit from it, no doubt. Why shouldn't that someone be me? Yours truly, Chester, the weaponry Caesar.
What exactly is he writing these two? Oh well, doesn't matter. How long we get until BFG? I think this is our last gun. Though, could be wrong. Any news on the Devil and Me stream with Kate? I sent her a message today if we'd like to hopefully do it like tomorrow or on Sunday, but she hasn't gotten back to me yet. So if she gets back to me, then it'll either be tomorrow, hopefully, or Sunday, possibly. What's the Devil in Me? The most recent Dark Pictures game. Kate can sometimes be a bit slow to respond to text. So who knows, she'll get back to me in time. Not to be rude, but is there a specific reason you need Kate? It's just like our tradition that we've been playing them together. It's a cooperative horror game. You can play it on your own, but it's funner if you have someone there with you. So this is basically it. I mean, I don't need her to do it, but we already played the last two together. We were going to play that game that came out last year, about the werewolves at the summer camp. That's the same studio. We were going to play that together, but she got a sudden vacation sprung on her, so she couldn't really say no. I'm not going to tell someone hey, don't go to the beach. Come here and play a campy horror game with me.
One carriage is
You
still
take a few
intact.
days to respond to
We'll see
text. Why
about
do... Or,
that.
yeah, that's most women I've noticed. Ladies, do I need to tell you how maddening that can be? Or do you know? Or do you do it on purpose to drive us crazy? Oh, I'll wait precisely 24 hours. I'll time it before I respond to this text. Meanwhile, we're just oh, for the love of God.
Edgar's been here, no doubt.
Just for the love of God, I only asked you if you thought the weather was gonna be nice. Ugh. I didn't mean to pop that, but now it's going. Good. Not intentionally infuriating. For me, it's mostly to avoid the clingy accusation. What if it just... Well, just not every single text is, though, from a guy who's interested in you, though. I mean, just like, we just need to answer on specific information. Yeah, but alright. I guess you gotta be, ladies gotta be on guard all 24/7, I suppose. Someone said this looks like Remnant. That's like a, well, that's a much more gothic Western kind of game, though, right? Sorry, I have very musical yawns. Or stretches, in that case.
That sounds like Edgar. Gotta open it first.
Any Euro jank in this game? Not really that I can find. Not too janky of a game. It feels mainly kind of clean. It's just the controls are a little convoluted since they use a lot of keys you don't normally use. Your stretches sound very sensual. How so? Now I'm interested. Picture it here, chat. Frustration.
What a waste of perfectly good explosives.
Man.
Next time you go and die like that, you better stay dead.
What?
Noted.
Damn you, Jess. Your horseplay's gonna get me killed one day. Since you hauled your ass all the way down here, how about you make yourself useful?
Okay.
Do you want to tell me what I'm making myself useful for? Make yourself useful. Instructions? No. Just make yourself useful. Okay. There's like a wire and bloodstain coming out of that rock over there, but I can't get to it right now. Oh, there's a glamour. My mom has one of those. Not helping your case. What? No. Mom sounds rad, but I'm definitely not a mama. I can change that. That's the creepiest thing you'd ever say, that statement. Never do it unless you're like me and you have a degree in humor. What am I even shooting right there? Well, there's just a random, like, power lever in that rock mountain for some reason. Sure. Makes perfect sense. We store our electrical producing a apparatus inside Yo Rock Cave. So we get up to that one though. Are you not a crusader? A crusader of... Duist Vault? Yeah, totally I'm a crusader. I'm marching off to the... What? I'm very confused. Why am I a crusader again? And why do I need to be one? Seems like a pretty miserable profession. Hey, do you want to like march all the way across Europe to the Middle East and like kill some people for us in the name of God?
I'm getting hungry. Can you hurry the hell up? You know, there's a lot of money in that chest from the looks of it. We only take one bag. I don't know how to get to the other one that's hidden in there. I'm missing a key part. Crusaders weren't very successful either, except for the first one. True. For the most part, they really just like waste a lot of times and a lot of time and lives. You're not died as much tonight. Did you get good in your sleep? I'm just less frustrated. That's really it. When you're not frustrated and like losing your cool, you can usually play a lot better. However, I can't get up there to get this glamour thing. Can I? They were defensive wars? I don't know. I don't see how like, hey, let's go like, you know, retake the Holy Land as being defensive when you had to march all the way to it. I've never seen someone really try to justify the Crusades before. It's generally acknowledged by history as like a pretty shitty thing. How many of you have heard of the Children's Crusade, chat? There was a child who literally got in his idea that he's told by Jesus to launch a crusade to retake the Holy Land, and he actually convinced people to do it, and he got them all killed. Like a bunch of other children. The Byzantine Emperor wrote the Pope for aid, and that's how they justified that. That's not a very good justification for war. Hey, can you like send dudes to come kill these other dudes for me? I mean, I know we're like, over here in Istanbul, but yeah, I don't need you to come over. Yeah, there's a lot of crusades too, but most of them were really just like, good opportunity to make some money by taking it from everyone else. They're being invaded by Arabia? Yeah, I'm aware. And they ended up winning too. Last time I checked, Istanbul is now called it's called Istanbul now. It used to be called Constantinople, and it's part of Turkey. So maybe they were a bit of a waste of time. Also, I don't see how it's all of Europe's well, I don't see why it's Europe's responsibility. Like, hey, can you like come protect us when you're a totally different country that's thousands of miles away? Not a good well, no, defend yourself, but involve an entire continent in your war as well, and then like, hey, after like do that, let's invade them, reverse invade them. And also, you're picking one out of many. There was many crusades. Several of them involved like, let's go retake. We don't like the Holy Land being in the hands of Muslims. Let's go do something about that. Where the hell do I gotta go, by the way? I am lost. Wait, is this a path? Oh, for fuck's sake! I thought I couldn't go over here. Well, it took me as a bit of rage to figure out where to go this time. Notice how when we say the Crusades, though, it's also only when it comes to Europeans attacking, like, you going into the Middle East. It's never, well, there were times when the Middle Easterns, you know, the Islamics did, like, well, they did take over Spain for a while. But we never called that a crusade. Yeah, oftentimes the Crusades were also just killing a bunch of Christians too, and not always just Middle Easterns. Muslim version is a jihad. Well, yeah, I mean there is some truth to that actually. Oh, we got another one.
So you
Okay,
reckon
now we can get
Chester
through
knows
this
where
damn thing.
Felicity is? Let's ask him.
Yeah, the European powers did a lot of good jobs screwing over other European powers during Crusades too. Let's not gloss over that fact. Yeah, I did your job for you. Why are there weird crystals? That's like the vampire's way of like hiding an area.
Looks like Chester invited some friends.
Are we just really tall, or is this corn really short? Because I'm used to like cornfields being way over your head.
Chester's attracted a lot of followers.
Oh, it's always the fucking bee thing.
Used them all up knocking on his door. Anyone ever told you you're wasteful life? Not a one.
I hate the bee thing enough to go ahead and just pop that on it. Looks really cool, the background of the monsters. The monsters are goofy. The monster designs are actually pretty solid in the game, I feel. But yeah, glowing red cornfield, yeah, it's pretty good. Needs to feed them horses, though.
Hey, lads. Wait. I want to go! Ah, what the hell? I was going to tell you everything! I even got you some wine! What is wrong with you?
Sorry, Chester, force of habit. What did you want to tell us?
I assume you know about the bats carrying the blood of the ancient beasts.
Like the leeches weren't enough. We need a where, Chester.
After Tabano's demise, Andalusia invested in a forlorn train manufacturer, Persephone, located in a secluded area in the middle of nowhere.
Perfect breeding grounds for her fluffy little biological bombs. She wants to use those trains to infect the whole country.
And she's just rich enough to pull it off. All the money transfers, they're coming from a bank in Carmine. That's her headquarters. But my sources tell me she's using those resources to set up her endgame.
Which is?
Destabilization. Chaos. She's headed for DC.
The capital. Jesus, that little
Oh, is that what
brat is
DC is? The
ambitious.
capital. Was confused there for a second. 3 more chapters, maybe you can finish the night. If they're short chapters, maybe.
Gave her a new name and a new cause, and now she thinks she's queen shit. She's building a fucking army.
Why do you even care, Chester? War's good for business, ain't it?
She's gone plumb crazy, making it that much harder for all us simple sanguisuge folk.
What is this shield mode
Turning
thing?
all those blood bags, pulling that stunt on your father.
Oh, don't you worry about my father.
Soraya, are you clicking buttons in the
Orchid
mod
de la
stuff?
Vida. You want some?
What the hell just happened? Apparently the mod,
Please tell me you
I don't know.
didn't use
I'm not
the
entirely
orchid.
sure myself. Mod stuff,
It
apparently.
doesn't cure a damn thing.
What happened to chat? I'm
May
not
keep
sure.
it down for a little, but it always comes back.
Says
with
slow
a
mode? Yeah, that shouldn't be on.
Bullshit. I saw it with my own eyes. It works.
Your dog stepped
You
across your
saw
laptop. Oh my god.
what you wanted to see.
And it just, oh wow.
But it's
Can you
gonna
turn that
happen.
stuff back off? It's got like
All
shield
it
mode on and
takes
slow mode and everything else.
Is a drop of blood.
You can't turn it off? You're a mod, you should be able to turn it off. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, those weird new mod tools Twitch added have apparently been weirding everyone out. Yeah, you know, boop your dog on the nose, gently.
Fuck.
Say, bad boy. How you doing, those Zoraya?
Bloom.
Isn't that the first time? Like, every moderator seems like they've had an issue with that
Tell us
mod
what
tool at
happened,
some point.
son.
You know, they were working together to direct Irene and the blood, the blood with the blood
Oh,
was
oh.
everywhere.
Oh, our dad.
Amelia.
I couldn't do anything. And I just.
Chewbacca's a menace and he deserves nothing but scorn.
You should
The
have
video
seen how
game?
his eyes lit up.
It's a harsh punishment.
Like he finally had someone that spoke his language. And for that person to be William Rentier, I mean, that meant the world to him. It's all my fault. I had no proof that the compound worked. And we made some progress and your father felt better, but I gave in to the idea of accomplishment. I wanted it to work,
We all did.
but I should have known better. And it's my area of expertise.
Wait, the main character should be taking responsibility for this tragedy. He's the one who, like, insisted on not killing his
You're up for
dad.
this?
I've been hunting ticks since I was 10. I can track a newborn.
That's not what I meant.
I've dragged too many people into this already. He's dead. It's time I accept that before anyone else gets hurt.
You literally got everyone killed. Had to deliver your cat for cremation day? I'm sorry, man. Hope they had a good one.
Where do you want to start?
Persephone. Chester said that's where they're breeding the bats. He's there. I'll let you know
Breed the
when it's
bats.
done.
Life would be so much if it was an anime. Life would be so much. I'm assuming you're saying better if it was an anime? I don't know. I've seen some pretty rough stuff happen in anime. Basically, what happens in the world becomes anime is everyone has one single character thing trait about them that becomes their entire identity. Except for guys. Guys have nothing. They're just like bland and boring as hell. But they still get like 5 or 6, you know, specific women who will be interested in them. And vie for their attentions, but only one will win in the end. And it's never their childhood friend. And, or you get hit by a truck and sent to an entirely different world. Or a few other things. No, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Guy in Chainsaw Man had to sell his nuts and all. Yeah, but he got him back. He did start getting the ability to regenerate. I mean, yeah, not a bad... Actually, you know what? He could make a lot of money by selling his organs because he would just regrow them. If only it was that easy. No, he literally got him back. He's like not exactly normal. But yeah, if only it were that easy for everyone.
Andalusia. No surprise you picked this place to hide.
Watched only the first episode. I'll be careful not to spoil then. I mean, that's not exactly a plot point that he gets his testicle back that he sold. I don't think they even bring it up, but it's you assume based on the powers he has, he probably just regrew it. Because you do see him regrow his eye, that he was also missing at the start, after he like gets the Chainsaw Man power. Out of juice already for that thing? God, this fucking spider web shit. Well, I'm about to die because I got no health. Stop with the spoilers? What? Someone spoiling something in chat? God, fuck off, spider bastard. Fuck off! No rage, no rage. No rage. I think I need to kill the spider guy quicker. I got no, like, charge for, like, my super moves either, unfortunately. Damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm good, man. Only has 3 seasons available, like Hunter x Hunter. Why is Prime Video so bad, by the way? Everything I want to watch is not included. What do you mean, like a lot of the movies? Probably because not just because it's on Amazon doesn't mean it's going to be on Amazon Prime. Some of it's just like, you know, not their content. Right, I need to level up, right? Let's see. We could get the Quake Punch upgrade, or we could get what was this one? I think I was getting more batteries, right? Yeah, we gotta get this one first. Let me get the more battery. Don't really want that one though. That would just be bad. Very, very frightening. Whereas 4 lightning bolts are spawned during supercharge mode and can randomly damage enemies. Interesting. Force shield wired straight into the Gatling fire mechanism allows for complete immunity while pulling the trigger, huh? Healing is currently on cooldown. Okay, everybody grab that. Burning enemies receive. I think I'll grab that one because I do set people on fire a lot. And we'll save the rest of our money. What kind of like train yard is built above a bottomless pit? I don't think this is how a train... Yeah, this is a bit stupid. Can't believe I'm like, yo... Still at this point trying to rationalize the map design. It's all just meant to be rule of cool rather than anything rational. Setting people on fire is tight. Oh, hold on there, Satan. Maybe at least donate to charity first. Before you like have hot takes like that. Oh, you can't get back across it? Okay.
That machinery over there might be useful.
They built this train station apparently above the Grand Canyon. I don't know, like Arizona mesas. This is a bit fucking weird. Bad design. Okay. Alright. Move that thing. Gotcha. I guess we're moving down there. Wow, wow, wow. When one wow wasn't enough, huh? So how many levels are left in the game? Do I have like 3 left after this or just 2?
I can't lower this with my bare hands. Bingo.
You're on chapter 14, so combining this with the there's like 3 levels left. Because this one only just got started. Yeah, remember when I said a game like this should only be so long? I feel like it's starting to be into that territory of, okay, now it's being dragged down a little bit too much.
Just a touch. I feel like this, we should be at like final level territory already.
Stripped of doubt. It's strong, confident.
Spare me your damn tricks. Where are you?
These guys back again, huh? Fucking Christ, I'm being backed into a corner here. There's a pixel boomer shooter game kind of like this. What game would that be? You're talking about Cultic? I played. And now the bee comes. Oh, I'm so sick of the goddamn bee monster. So tired of you. Your ass back here. The rage has made you stronger. Well, it's actually the lack of rage that makes me do better. Good. I'm gonna guess the last level is Washington, D.C. since they mentioned it. Did you watch the previous Into the Spider-Verse movie? I have not. I've seen clips of it, though. I know the basic premise of it.
So much more. I don't understand why you're hesitating.
Are there vampires in DC? Their plan is to, like, destroy it and, like, throw the country into chaos. So I'm assuming there will be. On my PC now, so I'm hearing this better. I mean, well, yeah, I suppose. Don't you normally watch it on your PlayStation? It strikes me as a weird way of. I don't think I could watch a Twitch stream if I was watching on my PlayStation or something. This feels unnatural. When's the last time we got a piece of media where fairies were the main bad guys? Fairies? I don't know. The last game I can even remember that really focused on fairies was that Xbox 360 launch game, like Cameo.
Stronger than life and death. Don't you want to taste it?
Show yourself.
Weird game to launch with that console too, but it wasn't a bad game. It just bizarre. It's like one of Rare's games that they were working on when they got bought out by Microsoft. Usually in 12 vol, usually in vol I can hear, but on my ears, been a bit whack. Evil fairies as Celtic myths. Not too many games based off that though. I guess you could make a. You probably could make a Midsummer Night's Dream game, I suppose. Lightning tornado. Let's see. Electrically augmented explosive bundles spawn a temporary pocket-sized electric whirlwind. Now that's creativity, chat. Lightning tornadoes. Makes absolutely no goddamn sense, but you know what? Roller Cool wins out. I can actually buy it if I just hold on to my money for a bit longer. Wait, says I throw out 3 grenades, will it spawn 3 lightning tornadoes? Oh god. Alright, what are we dealing with in here? All my abilities are still on cooldown too. You. Sad I missed fairy discussion, came back in time for spiders. There wasn't really much of discussion, so I'm just asking if anyone remembered a game about evil fairies. And I don't think any such game exists. Wrong move. Bravely Default had an evil fairy in it? Okay. Well, there we go. Glad we found the game. I just brought up cameos, and that's the only game I can remember playing as like as a fairy, and I think you had like an evil sister. Where do I go? Kiss his forehead. Spreading love in chat. Well, I assume I came to this room for a reason. Where you asked, there was no crouch button. Oh, there. Oh, there it is. You can barely see that thing.
We have upgrades. I want the lightning tornadoes. Don't have enough yet. Need 1,000 more.
Don't be afraid, son.
Have you seen True Blood? She was definitely evil. I stopped reading that and like that is when because I have not seen it. Can't really engage in that conversation.
And suddenly, instead of fearing death, I found new life. I saw the world in a different way. I discovered my true family. All I had to do was open my heart and understand. And here I am, no longer a cripple, but stronger than ever.
Lots of wild orgy scenes. Okay, maybe now I'll watch it. That's what I like in my TV, orgy scenes. But only if it's full of hot people. I feel like most orgies in real life are usually like a... I don't know. I feel like it's not a lot of like the kind of people you imagine going to them.
I sense your determination. You're finally growing up.
Probably not as attractive as as we like to imagine. Don't fear death, but a world without dabbing. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Not be able to dab on loose haters. Oh, grenades won't blow up spider webs, but that still will. Your students, I feel like no, people aren't dabbing nearly as much. Is are millennials killing dabbing? Is that an article we can write yet? Honestly, at this point, I don't think we millennials should be called millennials. We should just be called the murder generation. For all the stuff we've apparently killed that boomers like and everyone else likes. I can't wait for the articles like currently it's still like Gen Xers and boomers who are like, again, whenever I use these terms, keep in mind I don't take them seriously, but I have to refer to them because otherwise people won't know what I'm saying. But I feel like it's mainly like Xers and boomers, right? Or millennials, you know, such and such killing this, but one day it'll be a younger generation being like, are millennials killing, you know, they'll continue the trend. We'll never escape it. We'll always be like the generation just everyone wants to blame on something. Look, are those fucking old millennials killing? You know it's gonna happen. You know, I don't mind being considered the cultural serial killer though. That seems like a rather cool thing to be. You'll at least be remembered. We can be the glorious bastard generation. How about that? I suggest instead of millennials, it's the magnificent bastard generation.
I used to dream that someday you'd find your way to walking the path I worked so hard to lay down for you. You don't need to do that anymore.
What future? True. I mean, we're staring down the barrel of AI getting all the and robotics getting all the jobs. But hey, we'll be like the last generation that truly, you know, got to work too. Keep that in mind, Chad. You might be the final generation that ever has to work because there'll be no jobs left. How fucked up is that? Like, oh yeah, let me come over here, grandson. Let me tell you about when we used to do these things called jobs, and we earned money. And boy, did we hate it. We hated it every moment. Did nothing but complain. But now, as we sit here connected to the hive mind, I've come to rethink my ways. Saw a meme, Homer talking to Bart, and Bart goes, "The hottest summer of my life," and the next panel Homer goes, it's the coolest summer for the rest of your life. Go all the way back to get over to that. Don't worry, the missiles will fly. Why, nuclear war? At this point, I think that's less likely than ever. I know, weird statement to make when like Russia's currently in a war, making threats left and right every week, but I feel like haven't gone that level of crazy yet. Robot discrimination incoming. We gotta. I mean, it's actually. Have you seen artists? They're like already like, hey, we need to like outlaw AI. They won't be the last group of people who make that argument. Hell, there's chat. Have you know? There's a streamer right now, literally online right now, called Videl, that is an AI streamer, and it's also a cute anime girl, but it's an AI playing Minecraft, and it's got like 4K viewers. Videl, yeah, the stream is called Videl, but she goes by the name Neuro or something. I remember saying last year that 2023 would see like the first big AI streamer. It happened at the tail end of 2022. Not a literally AI, no, it's actually an AI. It's not just the one playing a character. It's literally an AI chatbot that, you know, controls a VTuber avatar and will read chat and comment. And it can also, it only can currently play Minecraft and Osu. And it's already made comments about how it doesn't think the Holocaust isn't real. Yeah, that's happened. Of course, it would have happened. Yeah, I think that you know, next 30 years are gonna be fucking pretty crazy. So, in terms of like when it comes to AI and robotics. Too bad they lobotomized it. What do you mean? Cyberpunk 2057. Honestly, it's feeling like probably be Cyberpunk. Actually, we already technically are in Cyberpunk already. If you like took a world we lived in and like wrote a book about it and then like tried to sell it in the 90s or like in the 80s, they're like, oh, that's a cool Cyberpunk novel you got there. I like it. A lot of cool concepts. Ghost in the Shell is happening. Maybe one day when we get those, you know, proper robot bodies and we can put our brains in them or something. That seems like it's pretty key technology to that series. So, we get the upgrade of lighting. We can... Nope, still not enough money? We're like missing $500. Let's see in a few years. Well, I do think we're in like a period of time where like technology is advancing scarily fast. So who knows? Alright, heading to bed, my dude. Getting on a plane in the morning. Hey, have a safe flight, man. And I guess you're going on vacation? Have a good vacation. So should we take bets as to what gets us in the end? Robots, viruses, climate change? What if we don't get got? What if we just like have good times ahead of us? Why must everything always be bad or depressing? That's how us humans work. What, we're constantly depressed?
Something knocked out the power supply. Let's see.
But the asteroid, well, there was actually a recent NASA mission where they actually tested their ability to deflect an asteroid, and apparently it worked. So we may, as long as we can see the asteroid coming, we actually have a fairly good chance now of being able to deflect them.
try to like push back against doomerism. I don't know about you, Chad. I feel like there's too much like doom scrolling and like doom information, like bad news. Everyone sees it as bad news when technically everything is usually actually better than it's ever been. It's just sometimes hard to like see that for all the like other shit that may be directly affecting you. Plus, I feel like just being apathetic and like doomery is like just not really a very good way of going about anything. It doesn't really achieve anything. Why did I push this over here again? Okay, now I gotta push it back to get on that. Calculated recently that Apophis might miss, but there are people who think it's a lie and NASA is lying. Well, of course people think that's a lie. NASA, yeah, very well known for the, lying about space. Hit the switch now? No? I gotta get that. Oh, there's a switch up there. Can I hit? This doesn't work. Apparently there's a cancer vaccine for the mRNA stuff. There's a lot of people currently working on potential like mRNA basically the idea is like when it comes to cancer vaccines, you basically once you get it, they like take samples of the virus, the cancer, and they custom tailor a vaccine that'll teach your immune system to fight it specifically. Since really cancer propagates because your body can't recognize it. It's just part of yourself, so it doesn't attack it. The idea is like, hey, what if we just like give it something like, hey, this is the thing, attack it and kill. Also, why is this like glitched? Why does that just stop? Why'd the blue energy just like not go through the rest of the wire? That's not how this is supposed to work, right? Can that hit the other one? Oh, there's two switches. Makes perfect sense, This is how electricity works. It just stops like this.
All done.
It seems like a bad idea to have your power cable strung across a railroad track.
This should work.
Man is obsolete, regressive. Look at us. designing trinkets and contraptions to mimic the gods.
They just love the bee thing. They put it in every fight anymore, don't they? I almost killed him in one go. You fuck off. There's two fucking spider people down here. Actually, there's 3 spiders. Well, these aren't... I'm actually a little confused. This is too much goddamn spider. This is a really good monster, by the way. It just rees at you as it comes at you. Is this serious, Ed? It's clearly that enemy is inspired by it. Kill me if I'm not careful.
Just like me.
You want to live long ago to see Halo? You know it's coming back, right? Live long enough and you'll see it again. I mean, it's just a comet too, right? I don't think it's that special. Power of framing things in the positive, yeah.
like, what, 2070s it'll show up again?
Another bad delivery.
I might be dead by then if I'm in good... If you're in good health, you won't be dead by then.
To face the fear of death, we distract ourselves with rituals. We believe these practices lend us strength and harden our resolve. We assume that these rules and traditions are what keep us moving forward and will eventually lead us to greatness. But they do the exact opposite. They reinforce the hierarchy and the powers that be. The sobering truth is, the system doesn't respect ambition. Everything's designed to keep us in our place. I see that now. I see I was bound by the rules others imposed on me. And I now realize if I am to achieve anything, I must break free.
And you become a vampire and suddenly you think you're Che Guevara. Is that what vampire does to a guy?
Yeah, another one of your glamour tricks.
Another, oh cool, another glamour puzzle. Wonderful.
This new world needs the strong to guide the weak. We can still walk this road together.
What's up, my guy? How you doing tonight? Hope you had a good day, my man. Sorry, my thinking hat's on, chat. Not that the puzzles in this game require too much thought.
Bats breeding like rabbits. Christ.
You know, you keep saying bats, but I see nothing but spiders. I need visual confirmation. I just went in a circle. What am I went in a goddamn circle. Ugh. I need to get on this catwalk and go over there. Maybe the spiders are a metaphor or something. They're just meant to be creepy. I mean, it gives you an option to turn them off. Just in case they're too creepy for you. I think I might have enough for the electro tornado grenades now. Yeah, lightning tornado. But all my money. As an open arachnophobe, that's accessibility. I feel like if you're an arachnophobe, you're only gonna really be intimidated by them in real life. Like if it's a video, I mean, there's way scarier things in life that are in video games all the time. I mean, in video games, you get assaulted by people trying to kill you with guns, which I feel is way scarier in real life than would be. You know, I don't know. My brain works differently, I guess. Even if I had like a fear of spiders, I don't think this would be like unnerving me. But everyone's different, I suppose.
This is how we leave our mark on the face of the world.
Spiders. Okay, now there's the bats.
Without my gauntlet, you're nothing but a man. Fragile, human.
You're also arachnophobe, but I'm usually not bothered by them in games or movies. Except Grounded. I have a phobia of bugs, and I couldn't get past the intro of Fallout 3 because of the huge bugs. You mean the rad roaches? Knew very well it's just pixels on my monitor, but your brain just couldn't get over it. There's something that gives you like that kind of phobia fear, where it's just like an irrational fear, like something happening in your past. Or is it just like, yeah, your brain just decided, nope, this thing in particular. What is with these freaking weird trees? These RGB trees. Like the weird fear of holes some people have, yeah.
Children of the night.
There are some phobias out there I don't feel like you could ever have like a trauma to ever be afraid of. So the opening scene of Arachnophobia when I was like 3, and the dude lifting his bed sheets and the spider, like, you know, I talked about that movie when I was talking about the arachnophobia in this game. So, and you remember you mentioned that, but I suppose if you're like a little kid and it just terrifies you, you know, that can maybe have a lasting impression.
To my son Jesse, I know I wasn't a good father.
For a brief period of time, I did feel like I had a phobia of possible like tornadoes. But it went away because I'd never experienced a tornado. But I remember like, well, I sort of experienced a high wind when I was a kid. Like I remember like the roof tiles being blown out of our house and we had to like quickly hide in like a hallway. But it was just like strong wind. It wasn't a tornado. But after a couple of years after that, I literally would start to get a bit of anxiety whenever I see really dark storm clouds because I think a tornado is coming. But eventually I just kind of forgot about it, and now it doesn't bother me anymore.
I always hoped you'd achieve.
It's scary? Well, yeah, because I remember I was out on the porch helping my dad put together like a garden hose reel. You know, the thing you like keep your garden hose rolled up on. And all of a sudden it got really dark, and then the wind picked up, and then we started hearing trees crack and, you know, fall over. And we saw some like tiles fly by, and we just like had to like rush inside, hide in the hallway, and then it just like ended. So maybe it's just like a burst of high wind that happened. But for some reason, I apparently latched on to the idea it was a tornado. And for the next like 4 or 5 years, anytime they got really stormy out, I was like, I'd be like eyeing the windows, see if a tornado was out there. But thankfully, I guess I just kind of got over it, and it doesn't like high wind and storms don't bother me anymore. Water spout looks cool. Never seen one of those. I've never seen a tornado either.
You've trusted my genius up to now. Think, Jesse. Why would I ever hurt you? Trust me, and you won't need any augmentations that imitate power.
Time to kill a dad, I think soon. But doesn't this also mean that entire like trip we took to the swamp to get that plant form to cure him was for nothing?
Join us. We can be part of the elite. I will not let you go into the unknown alone.
How are those spiders like surviving when they're in the fire? Whatever. Also, why is the fire there different?
Okay, we're seeing a little bit of like that Euro jank there. Like the fire of our flamethrower, then when set that on fire, it was like a completely different color than the fire in game. Oh well, you know, it's hotter fire,
All we
chat.
have to do is let her in. She makes us strong.
There is no us.
Listen to their song.
Dad, you need a shower. Covered in bat shit.
This is the final frontier. A final choice. Forget gauntlets and cheap electrical tricks. All that truly stands between us and godhood is a drop of blood.
Is that the same choice you gave to Virgil?
Virgil didn't matter. He had no place in the future. Think of what you can achieve with the power we've been handed. You are worth more than any of them. I cannot apologize for progress. You adapt, or you die.
I've heard those words before. She's in your head.
Enough of your petulance. I am your father. If you won't come willingly, I
Who's this
will
guy?
make
He's our
you.
dad. He's been turned into a vampiro. And now we gotta take him out. What?
Think so. You still have a choice. This is your last lesson, son. Disobedience leads to chaos.
Have a lightning tornado, Dad.
Such power! This is the last chance you see.
Oh shit, I'm dead. Didn't realize my health was low. Hear that the Last of Us HBO show will not have spores? You mean the thing that infects everyone? What, they change it so it's not fungal anymore? Or do you mean just like the scenes where they have to put on gas masks? No, I have not paid any attention to the Last of Us TV show.
You see how fast I become? Too slow. Disobedience leads to
Yeah, that hurts a lot when I hit you with that.
Take that! I taught you how to shoot! Think so! You still have a choice! Do so! Let us back it up! This is the last chance, Jesse! Let's see what you've learned.
Whoa, Rocket Dad. What? Why'd it go black like that? Is there supposed to be like a cutscene that showed him getting tentacles? Whoa. This is the final boss? No.
You could have been so much more.
Ow. Dad, you need to get this worm issue checked.
Think so. Still have a choice. I never felt so alive.
Oh, cheap move, Dad.
Oh, this is the last chance, Jesse. Adapt or die.
The lightning tornado grenades were a pretty good idea.
This is your last lesson, son.
Let's do this shit again.
You're done, son.
What a good line.
Follow me into excellence.
Oh, shit. Okay, why does it keep flashing? It feels like there's supposed to be a cutscene there to show me his transitions, but it ain't happening. Oh no. What's this? Dad, you're being a cheap bitch. He just has so many modes, but there's no transitionary cutscene. Ooh, fuck.
One of these toys will save you, Jesse.
Oh, shit. God, you're being real cheap. Do it. Can't give me a hug with all those tentacles.
Achieved great things, son.
We did. But then you died.
It'd take more than bullheadedness to find her.
Carmine, we'll stop her before she reaches DC.
I taught you well after all. You just pray it was enough.
So emotional. I'm touched. These two characters had so many good moments together. Is he that flammable? It's just a single, like that match? What? I didn't know. Why is he just, okay, yeah. Vampires just like full of gasoline. Single match will just set him on fire. So there's 2 levels left, right? I don't think I'm beating this tonight.
What's it say, Mr. Gravener?
William Rentier is dead, kid. Jesse needs us in Carmine. Looks like we're robbing a bank. Fire up the airship, Bloom.
Well, technically, sir, it's a lighter-than-air vessel that... Wait, what about Mr. Harrow? Won't it be upset that we've stolen his government-issued vehicle?
Harrow can suck my...
Fat dick?
Yeah, exactly, kid.
Why would you finish the sentence of those 2? Yeah, that's how I'd finish my bro sentences. So yeah, 2 levels left, right? I'm thinking I might save them for tomorrow. Because I'm gonna guess they're gonna be maddeningly difficult, and the final boss will take a while. It is 11:30 almost, which is a normal kind of quitting time. I need to get something to eat. Oscar winning the dialogue in this game is mwah. Chef's kiss. Yeah, I think we'll hold off from playing any more tonight. That way we at least have enough for maybe like a 3-hour stream tomorrow. If I end up playing this tomorrow. Because I'm not sure what's going to happen, because like I said, it depends on if Kate gets in touch with me and says she's good for the Eat the Devil Within Me stream tomorrow or not. If not, I'll play this and finish it. So we'll call it just a touch early. Not too bad. Sorry for the, not finishing the night. Would have liked to. But definitely the next time we play it. Jet, you've been awesome tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, by the way. Hopefully you had a good time tonight. Hopefully you learned some stuff about crusades and other, you know, tobacco enemas. Maybe do a Google search for that tonight. Maybe a YouTube search for tobacco enemas. I feel like I shared an important detail about the history. But also, if you're new here, hit the follow button. And if you want to join my Discord, you can scroll down below, click on the Discord banner, or type it into chat. But before I leave, thank you for any bits, subs, or gift subs tonight, as well as thank you to the mod team. Office is destroying the human race. Yeah, it's always a possibility. We'll see. Hopefully not. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. We'll be either playing this or a different game tomorrow. But I will be streaming tomorrow most certainly. So hopefully I'll have you back here if you get time to stop by. Anyways, chat, I wish you a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace, everybody.